Howdy folks, welcome to another Age of the Ring cast. It's a 1v1 on Gror's Valley, one of the best maps ever. They're all beautiful maps, but I love the little camp. So we have, hang on, Desespera as Dol Guldur, and we have Haradwaith played by Brah. So this should be fun. Haradwaith has a very versatile roster. Brudapan is dirt cheap and it can buff Corsairs. Siad Rule is dirt cheap and can buff the tribal warlord spam. Suladan is dirt cheap and he can buff, by dirt cheap I mean under 2k with the banners. Suladan is dirt cheap and can buff the Harandor units, especially guards of this, and can mount up and do cavalry harass with guards of the serpent. So all very good stuff. 4 farm start for Brah. I have to sigh every time I say it. Brah. Anyway, 3 farm start into barracks for Dol Guldur, and we're getting some pikes for early creeping. Not a bad idea as Dol Guldur. Dark Encroachment is by far the biggest game changer you can get for Dol Guldur in my humble opinion. Definitely a bigger boost than an early hero. Just because of over the game you save so much money when you build Spider Lair or Spire Sorcery or just all of your farms. If you get that around the time when you have 5 to 7 farms, you're in good shape. But that should be a very high priority for you as Dol Guldur. Chill of the Grave is the pick. It goes into Spawn of Karkaroth. Sweet Silmarillion reference for those of you who don't know. A very good Cav summon and also anti-hero ability. Also gives you a nice trample against an army. They can also take out a level 3 farm if you want to use them for that. But excellent choice, especially if you're not going with spiders, to use that. And does get the creep money.
Come on, you mangy scum.
We've got still only 2 barracks now for Dol Guldur, and then Harandor spam I assume for Warlord spam I assume for Haradwaith. So we got 2 level 1s, so we're Warlord spam incoming, and Brah also going with the pikes to creep. We've got 550 CP for Haradwaith to 450 for Dol Guldur.
Wait for the front line.
And we will see how this goes. Neither player has struck the other yet, so very defensive start from both players. Brah mainly concerned with expanding on his side of this little river that divides the map. And Desespera also concerned with doing the same. So, come on, let's poke them both with a stick. Do something! I guess creeping a troll lair would be something. Now, Dol Guldur, given the slow decay mechanic and the dark presence buff from buildings, it does make sense for them to play defensively. The only real... The strength of their early harass is either from a forward building of some kind, or from spiders, which are more expensive, and so a little harder to get early on. But first blood going to Brah, definitely going to get this farm. This Warlord is... got to turn that Warlord or else he's going to lose the whole group! Oh no! Bad luck. So if you have a Warlord spam and the Warlord dies, the whole battalion crumbles. So you really want to make sure your Warlord is not facing enemy units or closest to archers, because then the targeting mechanic, like that, the targeting mechanic will take out the Warlord first. And another farm going down. So Haradwaith in a very strong position. They've got map control, they haven't lost a farm. Dol Guldur is kind of camped out near their own farms. So the map is just Brah's at the moment. Getting a farm there, so 2 farms down. And now these are going to feed power points because they are... Oh, we got Risen Dead, so we must have a Spire of Sorcery for Dol Guldur. Yep. That's almost always the building you want to go with too, I think, because it turns all these cheap units into like tier 1.5/tier 2 swordsmen. into Risen Dead. And so when you're harassing and the slow decay starts to hit your units, you can get a second wind of swords at least. And that Warlord fighting to the last. But yeah, we've got now 1,000 CP, but no army, so it's got to watch out for that. Level 2 barracks, since we've got cavalry on the field for Haradwaith. And still with the Warlord spam, now Cav coming in, but might be worthwhile to use this time to get the upgraded archers, so you can take out the enemy units with them, with that kind of powerhouse there. Necromancer Rush! Desespera. How the mighty have fallen. See, you've got the Spire, too. You could go with the Castellan. It doesn't have to be Necromancer, but also, where is your Dark Encroachment? You've got 900 in the bank. Dark Encroachment's 800. No excuse. You should definitely get Dark Encroachment. It's such a good fortress upgrade. Anyway, sorry, Clash over here. Chill the Grave coming in. Necromancer buffing the Tier 1 infantry for Dol Guldur. And we're going to make mincemeat out of the tribal warriors here. Warlord spam ain't going to do nothing against Necromancer. The cavalry will help, but... Oh, catching the archers unprotected, but... Oh, Desespera turns them into Risen Dead. So now they're faster, and they are still vulnerable to trample. They're still swords, but save them from being just destroyed. So very, very excellent micro there by Desespera. Well done, sir. Excellent. That's exactly what you should do, and that's why the Spire Sorcery is such a good investment as the first tech you get. Because then all these units become potential Risen Dead, except Rabble. The Rabble sort of function differently. And then number 1, you don't feed. Number 2, you get stronger harass. Number 3, you get stronger swords for army clashes. Number 4, you can delete an almost broken battalion and get a whole another fresh one. So just a lot of good things about building that Spire immediately. Not to mention, if you're not doing Necromancer Rush, you can upgrade to level 2, get the Castellan, which is a great unit, and gives you mobile Dark Presence like Necromancer. So if you're going with, like, Kamul and Kargast, for example, you might want to prefer... you might want to go with a Castellan to give you mobile presence also. And... yeah. Corsairs coming in with firebombs. They will demolish these guys, but... Oh! Spawn of Karkaroth showing its value here. Oof! The buff coming in. So I think this actually... I think he's right to leave the wolves alone. They're temporary. You may as well focus the army. Grand Lombard on the field. Grand Lombard versus Necromancer. That would be fun. Let's see that, if we could, please. Please. I assume even with lower health, he's gonna... Oh, but the wolves... Oh, no! That's 2,500 down the drain! Oh, no! Yikes. Yikes. I think Desespera was kind of slow to see that he was there. And then, yeah, by the time he saw him, he's too slow. He's too far out. Too late. What a bummer. Level 1 for the Citadel. Probably needs Numenorians ASAP. Because Tier 1 infantry... Ooh. Not level 5 yet. There's no get out of jail free card. Ooh, just build the cav and just rush in. And go around and hit him. Oh man, he's so low. So tempting. He's kind of beefy, so I don't think you'd get him with just one cav group, especially when he's guarded like this, but... man. Ah, so low. That's why I said earlier you want those archers. The archers give you that high damage against him. Man. So Grand Lombard's dead. No Siladan, no Siad Rule. Haradwaith on the back foot now. It's a 700 CP for Dol Guldur, 925 for Haradwaith. Necromancer leveling up on this farm over here. Castellan on the field providing the Dark Presence for the army. And look how beefy that thing is. I know it's 1k, but man, the Dark Presence plus how beefy it is. Plus this ability at level 3. Immune to damage for 30 seconds, but can still provide the presence. Excellent ability. That change was such a good one. I think they made that change in 9.0. Such a good change for Dol Guldur, because you want a few more sources of dark presence here. Kamal now on the field. Yikes. Did those wolves not teach you your lesson? But we do have the tier 2 spearmen for Haradwaith. Necromancer now level 5. Does have the get out of jail free card, so no sense rushing in to get him. And actually uses it way too early. I think that was a waste. You were not going down yet. And then you can't cancel out of it, and you can't use it for quite a while. And that was a mistake, I think. Blighted Trappers now on the field for Dol Guldur. I sometimes forget to make them entirely, but they're such a good archer unit. They do slash damage. Most archers do pierce damage, but they do slash. So they are bad against flyers, like the eagles or the fell beasts. So they're not very good against them, except when they pop this, perhaps. So you want the orc golers for flyers, because they have at level 2. Where's level 2 one? They have Bring It Down, which helps you do extra damage against flyers. I think it's some crazy amount, like 200% damage to flyers. And Dol Guldur pushing back on their side of the river. Trying to take back map control from Harad, but Harad still has 1,000 in the bank. Do they have any caravans? No caravans, which seems like a mistake. You want at least one to level up somewhere in a corner and give you upgrades. Is Golden King down there? Let's see. We got Brudapan buffing the Corsairs. We've got nothing else? Yeah, nothing else it looks like. Oh, Cromwell Bar's back. That's not going to be enough. Pummel, Archers, Trappers. Yeah, this is going to be bad for Harad. Forest of Fear. Yikes. It terrifies and slows. And then you got the Wolves almost back. Summon Spiders to hit your units. Chill of the Grave plus this. Yikes. Major yikes. But surprisingly, the army gets away for the most part. Ooh, loses that wolf right there. Kamal now level 3, providing that huge 33% attack increase to the whole army. And of course, Necromancer providing his leadership, 25% damage and armor. So now these guys pack quite a punch. And not a good idea. Yeah, if I were Desespera, I would walk back through the farms and then kind of circle around back to the terrain spell while it's still there. The terrain's right there! Run around! Oh, well. He saw the army, he wanted to take a shot. Oh, he wanted to use the Wolf Summoner. Sure, I guess, but that was not a great placement for the Screech, but did move the pikes off of the units here. But this is... Breaker Stone does come in, that was cool. Suladan's on the field. Necromancer! Oh, are you gonna die? Oh, he's so low, but Shapeless Mouse comes in. That was a blow. So he lost Suladan, or did he? Let's see here. March to War is around, Siab Rule is on the field. I think he lost Suladan and Kronlin Bar. I don't see them in there. Yeah, what a bummer. And then he lost basically nothing. He still has Kamal. He's got Ravagers now. I think Bruh is toast here. He's got 10 points in the bank and March to War available, but Desespera also has 10 points in the bank. Chill of the Grave's almost back. Carnage is almost back. Corsairs are not going to be enough against all this. And yeah, at this point, turn these guys to Risen Dead. You can do it, T. Aw, damn. I'm not sure what these guys... I think he's trying to trample, but they didn't do a great job there, trampling. They just got lit up. Wither is the pick. It's a great tier 3. Particularly against skirmish AIs, you can destroy all the fortress attachments with it. Whoa. Not sure what happened there. Dol Guldur, looking to close this out, it looks like. All of Gro's production is now disabled and under threat. So, Necromancer having a good time. Maybe we'll see Wreathed in Flame. That would be cool. Come on, you're so close to level 8. Maybe I think that's why he's retreating. I want to do Wreathed in Flame. Oasis now in for Haradwaith though, or whatever the fortress healing is. I thought it was called Oasis. Maybe I'm mistaken. Cavalry harass. Yeah, 925 CP to 975. Harad had such a map control advantage, but they lost Kralumbar and took a 2500 hit earlier, and now getting hit by the spiders here. I never noticed this little... Man, look at that. The Age of the Ring team. Look at that. The water on the fort. Man, the details. Hats off. Hats off. Anyway. I don't know what you guys are doing over here, but you're about to have a bad time. Just a breaker of stone for funsies here. Oof, that was fun though. Then running back out. But he's gonna die for that one. That was a mistake. Was that worth 2,500? No. I don't know what that was for, but fight's over before the cavalry even gets back here. 38 out of 875 CP for Haradwaith. I think it's over. I don't see how Bruh comes back from this. I think it was over a little while ago when Kralumbar died the first time, as opposed to the third time, which we just saw. Poor Bruh. Those Blighted Trappers are vicious anti-hero units. If I remember correctly, heroes do slightly better against Pierce, but they do worse against Slash. So the Blighted Trappers are particularly good at killing heroes. Khandish Chariot's coming in to hit these level 5 Trappers. Excellent, but should finish him off. Finish him off! Oh, no! Come on! Come on, bro, you gotta finish him off! Oh, come on! Ah, that would have been good if he had sealed the deal, but now that one's gonna replenish. Bummer. Crimple on the field. So we got Crimple. I think Kargast is in there too. Yep, Kargast's still alive. Bruh just hasn't been able to secure any hero kills, and needs Suladan probably to do it. Casimir's on the field, but no Black Numenorians really to buff. And I think it's over at this point. Wither coming in to disable the... Oh no, Boris the Fear. So yeah, he's going in for the closer. We got that level 8 ability. Are we going to see Inferno? Where's Inferno? Come on. You can do it. Do Inferno. Oh! Or read the flame, sorry. That was good, though. Yeah, you nuked your own army, but it was cool, so thank you for your sacrifice. Yeah, good game, well played, I think, at this point. Wolves coming in to hit these archers. No spears available from the Mahout Gathering. Do we have tier 4? No, just shy of tier 4 for Dol Guldur. I like Bane of the Greenwood a lot. Very fun ability. And there's the concession. Good game, well played. That was fun. Thanks for posting the replay.